Bob, how are you?
Doing well, thanks. How are you? It's good to see you, Don.
Thanks. It's good to see you too. I just wanted to come in today and spend a little bit of the day with you, specifically talking about what's working in the restaurant and any areas you see for improvement.
Well, we appreciate the help. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks. What I want to do is just start with what's working well for you. What do you feel good about?
The numbers are looking pretty good. So sales are doing well. We've introduced a couple of new menu items, and those seem to be selling. So whatever we're doing in terms of marketing is working. So
Great.
those are good things.
Anything else?
We've hired a couple of new people, and they have a lot of talent, a lot of experience in the restaurant business. So that's looking good. Pleased about that.
What about on the flip side? What are you less pleased about?
Losing people. We've got a couple of people who
How
are
many?
complaining. There are two.
Okay.
They're complaining about the kind of rigidity of the schedule. They're both millennials. It's a little bit annoying because when we hired them, they knew that it was a set schedule, that we had these requirements, but they were just looking for kind of more flexibility in their personal life.
Okay. So did they leave or are they still employed with Wendy's?
No, they've departed.
Oh, okay. So what do you think you and your team might have done in terms of strategies to work with them on the flexibility? Is there anything that you can do?
Well, one thing that we've tossed around idea is to have developed a schedule a little bit further in advance. So right
Okay.
now we develop it 1 week in advance. We could do it 2 weeks in advance, and that would provide for a little bit more flexibility.
Sounds like that's very viable. Anything else?
Well, there's another idea that's been on the back burner. It's a kind of like an on-call system. That's where, let's say, you've got a list of, I don't know, 4 or 5 people who would be willing to fill in. And if you have this need, then you just go to the top name on the list, you call them and see if they can work that day.
So in other words, I have a shift and then the night before my child gets sick, so I need to take her to the doctor. So there's a list of people I can call who could take my place.
Exactly. Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea too. What are you thinking? How soon could you implement these?
I'm going to need to hire these 2 new people, get them trained. That's over the next month or so. I don't think that I could really do that.
Who else might be able to do it for you?
The assistant manager, Adrian, could do it easily, but she's really busy too. So I don't think that that's going to work.
Is there any other solution?
Well, one option might be checking in with employees. And actually have employees kind of set this thing up.
Well, we've been talking a lot about further engaging our employees, and we know that one way to do that is through giving them enriched job responsibilities. So to me, that seems very viable. Who in your ranks are you thinking of specifically?
Well, there are a couple of employees who have expressed interest in becoming assistant managers. That's Lynn and Sam. So those would probably be the top 2 people I would go to for something like this.
So when might you engage Lynn and Sam in this specific way?
It's Monday. I mean, we could bring them in Wednesday, talk to them about it, get them to model a couple of things. I mean, we could certainly get the project launched by Wednesday.
And then if you meet with them on Wednesday, how much time do you think they would need to generate some sort of solution?
Give them a week, maybe 10 days, something like that. So by the middle of this month, we could have something to take a look at, some kind of draft plan to take a look at.
So it sounds like you have 2 very viable solutions here. One being the 2-week scheduling and the on-call system, and you've got 2 employees who you might have do this by mid-month. Sounds great. Is there any way I could be a resource?
It would be valuable to have a kind of a second set of eyes to take a look at the plan once they've drafted it. So let's say that they have that ready by, I don't know, the 10th or something. If we could meet back again then, you take a look at it, we kind of make any revisions that are necessary, and if we've got a plan by the 10th, we might be able to get it in place actually by like the 15th.
Okay, all right, so we could touch base and I could just be a second pair of eyes.
You bet.
Well, thank you so much, Bob. You're one of my best managers, and now I want to go eat some of your fries and burgers.
You bet. We're ready for it.